Wonder Woman 1980 snore. Boom, got him. Wonder Woman 1984 is a movie that was written by one person in solitary confinement and then made as a social experiment. You cannot convince me otherwise. I know I sound like I'm high when I say that, but alright, that doesn't mean I can't also be right. The alternative is that a whole credit's worth of people made this movie and nobody at any point said, like, what are we doing? We kick off this barrage of horrible ideas with the first one. A society governed entirely by women. No, I'm kidding. Look, I love women in every way. Cowgirl, doggy style, the wheelbarrow. Actually, that one kind of fucks up your knees. My point is, I like women enough to think they deserve a better movie than this. And to vote, just throwing that out there too. So anyway, it's racing day at the adult tracks and all the adults are ready to do an Olympic. But then the island's king mommy enters a child. I assume is some sort of a joke. Or maybe there's betting at these things. I don't know what the over-under on a child would be, but I do know that that's a sentence that you probably shouldn't say out loud. So then the child defeats the buff women at running and swimming, then just gets totally hella treed in the horse part. Like, just hella treed, and falls off, and then does a fun slidey doodle, and then is winning again. But then King Mommy grabs her arm and says, doing a slidey doodle is a lie. A slidey doodle is the opposite of the truth. You must do the truth and never a slide, and truth is the word that I say a lot. Now, you might think that this is a theme or something, you know, if you're some kind of an idiot, because the actual point of this scene is Wonder Woman was a child once. So then it is 1984 and Wonder Woman is Wonder Womaning out in broad daylight and she like curls a baby across the floor so that a robbery doesn't happen. And then she goes to work as normal woman at the science. And then a quirky romantic comedy character comes in and asks her to go to lunch. And she says no. But then quirky lady gets a rock with Latin on it. And then Wonder Woman wants lunch. The Latin rock is like a genie's wish. Wonder Woman wishes on it kind of for funsies. But another guy wishes on it and he gets a coffee because the Latin rock, Wonder Woman saved it from being robbed in the last scene, but I don't think she knew that. So then Wonder Woman and Quirko go to lunch where Wonder Woman throws a guy at lunch. And then Quirkus goes to the Latin rock and she's all, I wish I could be just like this complete stranger that I just met today. Which is fucking weird coming out of the mouth of what is clearly like a 47-year-old woman. I just Googled that to make sure I wasn't being a dick. I got it right. But then a guy from a car commercial comes, and because he invested in science, he gets allowed to see the Latin rock, even though it was a secret present from the CIA. But then Wonder Woman hasn't seen his commercial, so he leaves to do oil, because he is business bad guy, but he's also bad at business. And then he's at a party, and Wonder Woman's at a party, and Quirkulon is at a party. They're all at a party. And men are happening to Wonder Woman. Men! But then some guy shows up and he says like it's clock to meet you or something and gives Wonder Woman a watch, and then he turns into Chris Pine, who I guess is Wonder Woman's boyfriend in the last one. He blew up, I think. I don't know, I didn't see it. But then he came back as some guy and took over some guy's body and some guy's life. And you might think that that comes with some kind of moral implication if you're some kind of an idiot, because if you're not following, this movie is fucking dumb. So business bad guy sex fucks the Quirktopus and then wheelbarrows away with the Latin rock. And then he wishes upon the Latin that he wants to be the Latin. And then the Latin rock melts and he is it now. Then business bad guy goes to his bad business and holds his bad business partner's hand and says, "Don't you wish our business wasn't shit?" And his partner guy is like, I guess. And then business bad guy says, "You are illegal now. And then being that guy is illegal and the police arrest him. Meanwhile, Wonder Woman and Chris Pine are doing the 1980s because this movie is in the 1980s. Remember that? This is kind of the only scene where it comes up. Wonder Woman dresses Chris Pine in an outfit. He's like, I can't wear this. It makes me look like a total twinkus. And Wonder Woman is like, I like the twinkus clothes. This is important, by the way. And then they go to Captain Quirk and ask where B2 the Latin rock. And she tells them she gave it to Business Bad Guy. Wonder Woman asks where he would have taken it, implying that she doesn't know. And Quirkalo says that she doesn't know. And then Wonder Woman and Chris Pine just go somewhere and his business evil layer is just there. And then they read a bunch of paperwork to get all the exposition. And then they find the Latin rock, except the rock is gone and only the Latin remains. And Wonder Woman is like, I have seen this Latin before. This is evil Latin. And then they find Business Bad Guy's plane ticket to 2002 Afghanistan. And then Wonder Woman uses her library card to open the fighter jet store because she's just allowed, and they steal a fighter jet. But then a guy says, hey, you're not all the way allowed to steal a fighter jet. You're only a little bit allowed. And Wonder Woman is like, oh no, we're really not allowed. And then she remembers that radar exists. And then she remembers that she can and always has been able to turn things invisible, like just with her hands. But she forgot. But then she turns the jet invisible and then considers invisibling never anything ever again. And then they remember that it is the 4th of July, and then it is the 4th of July. And then Quirko Polo sees the guy that Wonder Woman threw at lunch, and she kicks him, and it's evil, and she's evil. He's evil too, but it's evil when she does it. And then Business Bad Guy meets with totally not Osama bin Laden so that he can make a wish on him. And then not bin Laden wishes that he owns all of Afghanistan and that there is a wall around Afghanistan. And then Business Bad Guy wants his oil, but he says he don't have it no more. So Business Bad Guy takes guys, and then Wonder Woman and Chris Pine are in a car because they forgot they had a jet. And then Business Bad Guy and his guys drive by them completely by coincidence, I guess, because Wonder Woman is surprised that happens. So she bees Wonder Woman for the first time in a fucking hour and a half. And the guys try to do war at her, but she beats up all the cars. But then idiot children are playing two-player soccer too loud to hear the giant explosions and car crashes and gunfire. So Wonder Woman has to jump on them and turn them into Pinocchios. But then Business Bad Guy has a child and he wishes on it. Wait, no, other way. And he goes, don't you wish I wasn't shit? And the kid is like, I think so. And then there are riots on the streets because, as we all know, United States citizens are deeply concerned about political unrest in the Middle East. Could you imagine? And then Wonder Woman shows Chris Pine the chicken costume she has under her bed and uses her truth lasso to show him the truth of the chicken costume. And then Business Bad Guy meets 1984 president, who is not Ronald Reagan because Warner Brothers are fucking cowards. And then not Ronald Reagan is like, I'm the president of 1984. I sound like this. Anyway, I wish for evil. And then evil happens. So then to wish on Business Bad Guy, or I guess also the Latin rock, you need to be touching it. And not Ronald Reagan is like, there's a satellite that lets you talk to everybody and the particles touch. And Business Bad Guy is like, did you say touch? And if we're playing that fast and loose with it, you're touching the floor and that's touching someone else. Like, you can't swing it if someone across the room isn't holding your hand, so why put that in? Why does he need to touch? Then Wonder Woman and Chris Pine try to get them to do stopping it, but Steve Quirkle comes and beats up Wonder Woman, and because Wonder Woman wished on the Latin rock for Chris Pine, she's losing her superpowers that let her lift buildings and stuff. And since Quirkasette wished on the Latin rock, she's losing being nice. So Wonder Woman unwishes Chris Pine and then is Wonder Woman again, and she lassos a plane, and then she lassos a cloud, and then she lassos a lightning, and she swings on a lightning, and then she T-poses and she can just fly. And she doesn't fly to stop Business Bad Guy and Quirky McNo-Nice. No, instead she flies home and gets the chicken costume, which it allows her to fly. So then she flies to actually stop them now that they're set up and are doing evil plan. Except wait, because on the plane ride over, Quirkules pretty much directly wished to be a CGI monster, and Wonder Woman is like,
unwish being a CGI monster.
And she's all,
I will never unwish being a CGI monster.
And then she swings on a power line and falls in the water and gets electrocuted. Then Business Bad Guy is being blue in the evil radio room, and he's just letting everybody wish for everything. But then there is wind coming out of him, so he defeats Wonder Woman. But then Wonder Woman says,
I thought that having a boyfriend was the truth, but truth is flying and superpowers. Wishes and magic is not the truth, and you have to tell the truth because I got you with my magic lasso that makes you tell the truth.
And then Business Bad Guy, who has been openly screaming like a maniac on live broadcast for the last 10 minutes, is like,
lying is not my thing, actually. My thing is wishes.
But then Wonder Woman's cool speech went on the radio too, and so everybody in the whole entire world decides to unwish their wish. By the way, I didn't think this was worth mentioning, but nobody knows who Wonder Woman is. Like, not her secret identity. I mean, Wonder Woman, the superhero, is not a celebrity or anything, so as far as these people are concerned, some random woman is telling them to unwish the cure to their child's leukemia because it's not the truth, and they just do it. There's even a scene of a literal terrorist who goes, I know I wish for death to America, but this is ridiculous. Whatever, all is well who Akbar is well, I guess. Then Business Bad Guy goes,
I just remembered that my son exists.
And then he's not evil no more, and he unwishes his wish too. And then world peace happens. Nukes disappear, borders go away, all the pollution goes back into the smokestacks, stocks undrop. The editors for this movie frantically remove that fucking Imagine song from this scene because that viral marketing stunt backfired. All the world's problems are gone. Then Business Bad Guy's son emerges from the woods, and Business Bad Guy is like,
I sure am a real dickhole, a real shit-eater.
Then Wonder Woman sees some guy at Christmas, and he is wearing the Twinkus clothes.
I like the clothes,
she says, smiling guiltlessly. Hey, thanks with no other implications, stranger, he replies. Then Wonder Woman flies, and yeah, she can do that. But listen, not all heroes wear capes, and I think the real women left wondering here are the ones in the audience of this fucking movie.
What did I just fucking...
Hey, if you like this video and you want to see more, share it around or something. Some poor fuck has to redraw me every time I move my arm, so a lot of work goes into these. You can also check out our video game news show, Pre-Game Discharge. It's kind of got the same vibe, and they come out every month instead of every... Jesus, 5 years? It's been